Teenagers are making $5,000 a month without a job in 2025, and no one's talking about how they're doing it. This 17-year-old? He makes that kind of money teaching AI to talk like him. And no, it's not illegal, it's not luck, and it's not a scam. Over the past 30 days, I've gone deep into Telegram channels, Discord servers, back-end dashboards, even ghosted agency contracts to reverse engineer exactly how Gen Z is building five-figure businesses without traditional work. No degrees, no resumes, no offices, just tools, timing, and tactics. And here's what shocked me. They're not playing the same game. They're not chasing jobs. They're designing income streams that work harder than they do. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'll show you the exact tool one of them uses to automate 80% of the work and how you can start using it today without spending a cent. Let's start with the most surprising model of all. What if you could make $5,000 a month just by answering DMs? No cold calls, no content, no products of your own, just conversations. At first, it sounds like the start of a scam, until you see the Stripe screenshots. I spoke to one guy, 18 years old, who made over $63,000 last year, replying to Instagram messages for someone else. He works inside what's called a chat sales agency, and it's one of the fastest growing side businesses Gen Z is quietly dominating. Here's how it works. Influencers, coaches, and online business owners are overwhelmed. They're posting daily, getting hundreds of messages, and leaving thousands of dollars in their inbox. Leads come in, ask questions, and get ignored. Because most creators, they hate selling. They're bad at it. Or they just don't have time. That's the gap. You offer to close their sales inside the DMs. You get trained on their offer, their tone, and their process. Then you take a cut of every sale, usually 15 to 30%. One agency I looked into used a CRM called Revio. It connects to every platform, tags conversations, and uses AI to summarize them. So even if you leave a chat for days, it tells you exactly how to restart it without dropping the sale. Why is this business so effective? Because it triggers something deep. People don't want to talk to bots. But they also don't want to talk to a pushy closer. They want a real human response delivered fast. This is the business of trust. And the best part? You can start tonight. No upfront capital. No content strategy. Just outreach and proof you can close. If that sounds crazy, wait until you see the next model. It's even more passive. And no one sees your face. Let me know if you're enjoying this so far. Drop a like if this is already sparking ideas for you. It helps the channel reach more future entrepreneurs like you. Ready for the next one? Let's keep going. What if I told you the most profitable creators on YouTube right now don't show their face, don't use their voice, and don't record anything themselves? They're not influencers. They're operators. One 17-year-old I found runs 3 channels, each of them faceless. One of them cleared over $2,000 from a single video. All he does is feed prompts to ChatGPT, drops the text into Pictory, and lets 11 Labs narrate it. The visuals? AI generated. The editing? Automated in CapCut. It sounds simple, but here's why it works. YouTube's algorithm doesn't care who you are. It cares about retention. These kids study what makes people stay. Countdown formats, conspiracy scripts, viral hooks, high-stakes topics. It's all formula, not fame. They don't care about subscribers. They care about click-through rate, average view duration, and watch time velocity. One video can pull in 5 figures over time with no maintenance. Add affiliate links or digital products underneath, and now it's not just passive. It's scalable. And the craziest part? These videos are often better than human ones. Cleaner, faster, more optimized. Because AI doesn't get tired or self-conscious. Gen Z is building entire media empires without a face, without a voice, and without asking permission. If you thought the chat sales agency was a smart play, this one flips the entire creator model on its head. And we're just getting started. Because the next business doesn't rely on social media at all, and yet it's becoming the secret weapon behind some of the biggest creators online. What if the real money isn't in being a creator, but in building the machine behind them? There's a quiet industry booming right now. Personal brand agencies. One 19-year-old I studied works with 3 mid-tier creators. They send him raw videos. He turns them into carousels, short-form clips, email content, and repurposed scripts. He doesn't post. He doesn't write captions. He builds the engine and takes a monthly retainer plus a percentage of revenue growth. The reason this works? Most creators suck at being consistent. They're talented but disorganized, creative but not strategic. They don't track metrics. They don't repurpose content. They post and pray. You show up with a content system. You track growth. You optimize retention. You build their library, clean up their funnel, and focus on the back end, not the front. And the payoff is massive. Brands pay creators based on impressions and authority. But creators pay you for clarity and cash flow. The smartest agencies niche down. One platform, one industry, one promise. Like, I help fitness creators double their brand deals using only TikTok. Or, I grow coaches from 10K to 100K followers using vertical video only. That kind of specificity cuts through, especially when you charge based on performance, not just hours. You're not an assistant. You're leverage. And when you learn how to systemize growth, you become indispensable. Now imagine doing all that without ever writing a single word yourself. Everyone wants to write a book, a newsletter, a viral thread, but almost no one wants to sit down and actually write. That's where ghostwriting agencies come in. And right now, there's more demand than ever. I spoke with one 20-year-old who ghostwrites Twitter threads and weekly newsletters for 2 founders. He charges $1,500 per month each. He uses ChatGPT to generate drafts, Notion to manage feedback, and Loom for delivery walkthroughs. The founders? They think he's a genius. But really, he's just good at listening, mimicking their tone, structuring their ideas better than they can. And here's the opportunity most people miss. Founders and CEOs don't want more reach. They want respect, authority, thought leadership, a book, a LinkedIn audience, something to show investors or clients that they're not just operators, they're visionaries. You don't need to be a brilliant writer. You just need a system. You extract ideas from their podcasts, interviews, or calls. Run it through ChatGPT. Refine it into clean, clear posts or paragraphs. Add frameworks, storytelling, and voice. Then publish under their name. You can charge for posts, or newsletters, or entire book deals. You can even go higher ticket by handling everything: ghostwriting, visuals, scheduling, and analytics. And because they don't want to write but need to be visible, this becomes a recurring retainer almost by default. The only limit here is your ability to capture their voice. Once you've done that, you're no longer just a ghost. You're an amplifier. And amplifiers get paid. Now we're getting into something even more powerful. What if you didn't even need to write, edit, or publish and still got paid? Not everyone wants to hustle. Some just want to stop doing everything themselves. That's why VA placement agencies are exploding. And it's not just founders. It's content creators, course sellers, e-com store owners, all drowning in admin tasks, inboxes, and to-dos. One agency I found was built by a 21-year-old who read "Buy Back Your Time" and turned the idea into a business. She connects overworked entrepreneurs with trained virtual assistants, charges $1,200 per placement, offers a 60-day guarantee, and has a waitlist. You don't need to be an HR expert. You just need to understand the pain. Because most founders delay hiring. Not because they don't need help, but because they don't know what to delegate. You fix that. You guide them through what to offload. Then you find the right VA. Train them, onboard them, guarantee it works. You get paid when the match is made. But the smart players charge a setup fee and an ongoing monthly margin. And here's what makes it unstoppable. It's already proven. People want time back, and they will pay for someone who can give it to them without a single headache. It's not about managing VAs. It's about solving the delegation problem. And now, what if you could help people save time without hiring anyone? That's exactly what the next business unlocks. I won't take your job, but someone using AI will. That's not just a prediction. It's already happening. When I spoke on this at a tech event last month, the number one question I got was this: who's actually helping small businesses implement this stuff? The answer? Not enough people. That's why AI automation agencies are blowing up. You don't build the tools. You teach founders how to use them. You don't sell hype. You install outcomes. One kid I met 19, zero tech background, now helps e-commerce stores automate customer service using ChatGPT and a few no-code tools. Charges $2,000 upfront, plus monthly maintenance. He didn't write a single line of code. He just knew how to connect tools that already existed. And here's the unlock. You don't start by automating everything. You start by asking one question: where are you bleeding time or money? Then you solve that. You help them automate email replies, calendar bookings, lead gen, onboarding, invoice follow-up, all the invisible tasks they never optimized. That first win builds trust. Then you offer more. Cash automation comes first. Then comes ops. Then comes scale. The deeper you go, the more they rely on you. And the higher your retainers climb. It's not about becoming an AI expert. It's about becoming the translator between business pain and tech solution. And if you thought that was powerful, wait until you see how teens are building entire AI companies, not agencies, and pre-selling them before writing a single line of code. This might be the most insane part. Some teens aren't just using AI, they're building with it and flipping the whole SaaS model on its head. One 16-year-old pre-sold an AI-powered outreach tool for real estate agents before it even existed. He built a Notion prototype, recorded a Loom demo, sold 5 annual licenses at $997 each, then hired a dev on Upwork to build what he'd already been paid for. It's not SaaS anymore. It's success as a service. Founders don't want another tool. They want an outcome, a button, a result. They don't want to manage software. They want to say, send 200 cold emails a day that sound like me. And it just happens. That's what AI-first SaaS unlocks. And the best part? Boring industries are wide open. Legal, HR construction, logistics. Nobody's talking about them on Twitter. Which is exactly why they're profitable. You don't need to know how to code. You need to understand one thing: the pain behind the process. When you solve that with AI, cleanly, predictably, repeatedly, your business becomes a utility. And utilities don't go away. So what's the breakthrough here? The smartest young entrepreneurs in 2025 aren't chasing jobs. They're building leverage. They're not asking for permission. They're designing systems that earn while they sleep. And you're not too late. If you're still watching, it means something clicked. You saw a version of yourself in these stories. And if you did, I want to ask one thing. Hit that subscribe button. Because twice a week, I break down real business models, tested systems, and underground strategies like these. The stuff you won't see on your For You page. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you there.